Big question that's asked today is how do we prevent cancer? How do we prevent some of these debilitating diseases? And one of the first things that we have to look at in any approach or therapy is we have to look at the lifestyle. One of the things that really makes up your healthy lifestyle, our wellness concepts, is the diet. One of the big things before we get into power foods is we want to talk about things that actually will really destroy your diet, and that's going to be processed foods. Processed foods are actually contributing to most diseases, health problems, including the big word, big disease, cancer. So the thing with America is years back when we might only been, the average American might only been taking in, maybe like a pound to 2 pounds of sugar a year. The average American now takes in up to, some reports say, 150 pounds of sugar. So if you want to position yourself to bring the statistic or the chances down of you having these diseases, we've got to get the sugar out. So a foundational thing is just to do less processed foods. You want to get more onto whole foods. Another big contributing factor is a sedentary lifestyle. You want to get some exercise in there to decongest the lymphatics and get all the hormones balanced, strengthen the body tissues. And then another simple thing that's a base for any of that is just good, clean, pure water. We prefer to do spring water versus some of the distilled waters and even some of the chlorinated type waters. So good water, good exercise, and whole foods is a good base to switch into and add these power foods that help to fight cancer as well. Okay, one of the big foods to add in there are going to be your onions, cabbage, leeks, and then most of your green vegetables like the broccoli that you used to not like to eat. Those are really, really good. The cruciferous family, Brussels, those different types of vegetables. They have some unique things in them, and one of the things that they all have in common is organic forms of sulfur. And it's been shown in the literature that sulfur has a anti-cancer effect on the body. It can help prevent tumors from growing. And it also stimulates different anti-cancer enzymes that the body inherently has in it that can help fight cancer and even keep these things from ever manifesting or presenting in the body. And broccoli is real unique. They even make a lot of supplements to isolate this compound called sulforaphane. And if you study the literature in that as well, you'll see that that has some real powerful anti-cancer effects. And the way that affects the enzymes again helps to quench free radicals as well. Another power food for cancer is berries. Berries are just excellent. They have something in them called polyphenols. And these polyphenols kind of act like an intracellular wax. The same way we wax our car to prevent it from damage, from heat and weather and different abrasives in the air, these polyphenols will actually protect the cells and coat them in a way. And they protect the body from free radicals that actually do damage and tear up the cell membranes and hurt the tissues in the body. So berries are really good at that. They have what's called a high auric value, which means they're just great at quenching these free radicals that really attack our bodies. And when we can quench these and even limit the free radical exposure from processed foods in our diet, then we can really limit our chances of having these different types of cancers that people deal with. Some of my favorite berries are just the ones that have a kind of a little bit sweeter taste, but like the raspberries. Blueberries are really good. Blueberries also help with a healthy urinary tract. They can inhibit bacteria and germs from growing in the urinary tract. Strawberries are really good. Those are my favorites. Another power food that's really been getting a lot of attention lately is resveratrol. And resveratrol actually comes from from grapes, and you'll find the highest concentration in the skin of the grape. That's why you've seen studies that say red wine can be good. If you are using red wine, you want to really limit it to about 1 glass if you're a female, 2 glasses if you're a male. Because if you get too much more than that, you can really get into trouble from the detrimental effects of the alcohol. We actually prefer patients to maybe get the resveratrol in a supplemental form, or you can eat grapes, or you can make different smoothies and stuff with the grapes so that that skin gets ground up and broken up so the resveratrol is released. And resveratrol is considered an anti-aging type chemical, and it's been shown to actually help inhibit multiplication of cancer and even help stop or reduce tumor growth as well. Another thing that's real easy to incorporate in the diet are teas. Teas have something we call catechins, and the catechins kind of work like the berries in a way. They really help to quench the free radicals. Free radicals, again, are these certain type of chemicals and agents that will attack your tissues and your cells and actually cause degeneration and weaken those tissues. So teas are loaded with antioxidants, these things called catechins, and green tea actually has a higher concentration than most of the other teas, and it has another amino acid called theanine, which helps to relax the body, helps fight stress as well, which can be considered a anti-cancer effect too. But it's real easy to get the green teas and even some of these black teas. I prefer that people don't do the processed teas where they add the high fructose corn syrup, which can really kind of counteract the antioxidant activity of the catechins. But if you get your real fresh tea and brew it at home, that's a real good option to add in. And you can even use these teas to replace some of your coffee and bring some of your coffee intake down as well. So that's a real good thing to add into your diet. A real good concept to add into our diet that we don't have now in the standard American diet because of the processing of foods and our fast lifestyles. Used to be actually a part of our culture here in America is fermented foods. People have heard of things like sauerkraut before, and then the same benefits that give yogurt all of its healthy medicinal qualities is actually the bacteria that's in there. That bacteria is very, very critical for the health of our GI tract. It's a major part of our immune system. And when we eat too many dead foods and too many processed foods, and we don't get our 5 servings of vegetables and fruits a day, then we don't actually feed that good bacteria, so they can't thrive in our gut. And then when we don't do these fermented foods, yogurt's a good source, even better, more potent source, or things like kimchi, real fermented sauerkraut, fermented vegetables. It has these particular acids called lactic type acids, and it has this good bacteria that feeds in there, and it does wonders to keep your immune system strong, produces different vitamins and cofactors, real important to keep the lower bowel clean so that you can have good health and good digestion as well. And you get those again from fermented foods, and then some of your healthier yogurts will do that for you too. Another thing that doesn't get spoken about a lot when you're talking about preventing cancer and any type of disease processes is good clean water. Clean water is actually a food. It's something that's totally necessary for the body. If we can go several days and even weeks, maybe months without food, but we have to have water. If we don't have water, we get in trouble really quickly. And one of the things that we see in the clinic when we do food records and dietary intake logs is we see that people are not getting enough water. And some of our sicker patients actually present on the testing that we do with very acidic pHs. And when we look at their intake, they're either just drinking coffee or they're getting soda pop or maybe just fruit juices, and they're not getting enough water. Water is so critical. It's about 70% of our makeup is water. Water is the conduit for detoxification. Water is the conduit to move all the amino acids and vitamins and minerals and things that we need. Our blood's made up of water. So we really want to evaluate how much water are we getting every day and what our source of water is. For some people, it's a good start just to get them to drink water. 8 glasses of water a day, 8-ounce glasses of water is good. Some people take their weight, divide it by 2, and take the ounces from that formula to get their water. But as long as you're getting somewhere around 6 to 8 glasses of water a day, and then we prefer the spring water because it still has the minerals in it. Distilled water is devoid of minerals, so it can actually pull stuff from your body, which isn't always the best idea. But just getting good clean water consistently will keep you hydrated and allow your body to do all the different detoxification that it needs to help keep you clean, which is a big part from a lifestyle perspective, keeping you from getting cancer and other different chronic diseases as well.